slew foot on Niskanen.
Yes, there was.
That was really cheap.
And then Marchand up to his usual antic.
There's no place in the game for it.
Brad Marchand, the gritty forward for the Boston Bruins, has earned himself a notorious reputation as the most hated player in the NHL, earning the nickname The Rat. Marchand has continually pushed the boundaries of sportsmanship, aggravating opposing players and fans with his chaotic style of play. Known for his relentless agitating tactics, Marchand is known for towing the line between what is considered legal and what is not. His infamous incidents from licking opponents to delivering low hits and slew foots have earned him multiple compilation videos about his antics. Despite his undeniable talent and contributions to his team's success, Brad Marchand will forever be known as The Rat. Marchand's infamous career started in October of 2009 when he was called up for a game against the Nashville Predators, where he registered his first career point as an assist, and then 0 points over the course of his next 19 games. Although the offense wasn't there, he got his shenanigans started early, recording 20 penalty minutes in those first 20 games. Because he didn't meet the 25-game requirement to be considered a rookie, Marchand's actual rookie year came in 2010-2011, where he had a decent campaign, scoring 41 points in 77 games, racking up 51 penalty minutes, and his first suspension of his young career. Marchand was banned 2 games for elbowing RJ Umberger. Marchand even acknowledged that this hit was high, saying, "I did get him in the head. That wasn't my intention. I was just trying to make contact. That stuff happens in hockey. It's a rough sport. Sometimes that happens, and you have to live with it." Coming off a Stanley Cup victory that season, Marchand's second season saw him become a bit more hostile, as well as become a more productive player. Marchand registered a new career high in points at 55 and a new career high in penalty minutes with 87, while adding another suspension to his name. As part of a 107 penalty minute meeting between the Boston Bruins and the Vancouver Canucks, Marchand was given a 5-minute major and a game misconduct for taking out the legs of Sami Salo. Salo suffered a concussion on the play, and after the game, Marchand was given a 5-game suspension. Canucks coach came out and said, "Marchand, and this is just my feeling, but someday he's going to get it. Someday, someone's going to say enough is enough, and they're going to hurt the kid because he plays to hurt players. And if the league doesn't care, somebody else will." And by around this time in his career, Marchand's reputation as a player had been going south. A couple years passed by without any real trouble for Marchand, and he finally played a full 82-game season for the Bruins, and things were going well. That is, until he had his worst incident yet. In an early 2015 game against the Rangers, Marchand went to fight for a puck in the corner against Derek Brassard and brutally slew-footed him, earning himself a 2-game suspension, and according to Brassard, almost ending his season. Early in the 2015-16 season, Marchand handled Borowiecki the same way he handled Salo. This was the play that qualified Marchand as a repeat offender. He was suspended 3 games for his actions, and he was starting to become known as a player that did these sort of things. The next season, Marchand was suspended 2 games for spearing Jake Dotchin, exactly where you don't want to be speared. The next season, he was suspended 5 games for a brutal elbow against Marcus Johansson, and with Marchand's history, he believed that 5 games wasn't even enough for the Rat. Fast forward into 2023, Marchand has surrendered 26 games of his career due to suspensions, and he's paid $24,500 in fines. His 8 individual suspensions make him the most suspended player in NHL history, passing Chris Pronger, who had 7. Although Marchand's suspensions are one reason to hate him, his non-penalized actions are another point of hatred for fans and players alike. One of the most bizarre actions contributing to Marchand's notoriety is his weird tendency to lick opponents during games. This behavior has garnered significant attention and has been met with players and fans' confusion, disgust, and anger. Marchand has been caught licking opponents' faces not once, but twice. While some view it as a harmless action, the majority perceives it as a disrespectful act that damages the integrity of the game we all know and love. Marchand's tendency for licking opponents has undoubtedly added to his already controversial reputation, and it remains a topic of discussion and criticism in the hockey community. While Marchand isn't taking penalties, he's trying his hardest to draw them by any means necessary. Marchand has developed a reputation for embellishing to draw penalties. This manipulative tactic aims to gain an advantage for his team, but is widely regarded as unsportsmanlike conduct. His theatrics and willingness to engage in such behavior have frustrated opponents, coaches, and fans. Critics argue that Marchand's diving undermines the game's integrity and tarnishes hockey's competitive nature. While embellishment is expected in the sport, Marchand's persistent and exaggerated actions have amplified the negative feelings toward him, further cementing his status as a disliked figure in the NHL. In addition to Marchand's on-ice behavior, his off-ice antics have also contributed to his controversial reputation. Marchand is known for his outspoken and sometimes confrontational personality, often engaging in verbal fights with opponents, media members, and even fans. He has been involved in social media feuds, making provocative comments, and stirring up controversies outside the rink. Marchand's willingness to engage in public disputes and sometimes abrasive behavior have made him a lightning rod for criticism and intensified his dislike towards him. While some appreciate his candidness and authenticity, many perceive his off-ice behavior as arrogant and disrespectful, further solidifying his status as a polarizing figure in the league. And the thing that most people hate most about Marchand is that on top of all of his antics, he is a phenomenal hockey player. Through 947 career games, Marchand has racked up 372 goals and 862 points, and he has a 100-point season under his belt. Marchand's skill and ability to contribute offensively have made him a valuable asset to the Boston Bruins and a challenging opponent for other teams. However, his talent and controversial behavior create a sense of frustration and resentment amongst fans and opposing teams. Marchand's ability to back up his actions on the ice with consistent point production only amplifies the negative feelings towards him. It becomes a source of frustration for fans who see him as someone who can impact the game positively, but chooses to engage in questionable tactics instead. Marchand's success, coupled with his polarizing behavior, solidifies his status as a player admired by his fan base and despised by many others throughout the league. And this is why he was voted as the #1 player players hate to play against but would love to have on their team. He was rated even above McDavid. Brad Marchand's notorious reputation as the most hated player in the NHL stems from a combination of factors. His relentless agitating tactics, including towing the line between legal and not, have consistently aggravated opponents and fans. Marchand's infamous incidents such as licking opponents and delivering questionable hits have earned him numerous suspensions and fines throughout his career. Off the ice, Marchand's outspoken and confrontational personality and his involvement in social media feuds have contributed to his controversial reputation. Despite his undeniable talent and contributions to his team's success, Brad Marchand will always be known as a rat.